Hello everyone. We are starting with chapter number 3, Human Reproduction. This is the first video of the chapter, class 12th, Biology. In this video, we are going to cover the following topics. First, the structure of male reproductive system and the structure of female reproductive system in human beings. Let us see what is reproduction. Reproduction is the production of young ones by an organism. And how do humans reproduce? Humans reproduce by sexual means both male and female are involved in the process of reproduction. And moreover, humans are viviparous, means they produce young ones. They give birth to young ones. So humans are sexually reproducing and viviparous. Now let us see the male reproductive system and the female reproductive system in human beings. What are the different parts of male reproductive system? These are first paired testes, second accessory ducts, third accessory glands, fourth external genitalia. What are the different accessory ducts present in male reproductive system? These are reed testes, vas efferentia, epididymis, vas deferens. And what are the different accessory glands present? These are 1 prostate glands, 2 seminal vesicles and 3 Cowper's glands. Number of prostate gland is only 1, number of seminal vesicles are 2 and number of Cowper's glands are also 2. Now let us start with the testes. These are the primary sex organs. Means they produce male gametes called sperms. But the testes are dual in function. One, they produce male gamete or you can say sperms, and also they produce hormone. The name of the hormone is testosterone. Testes are formed within abdomen, but soon after the birth or at the 8th month of pregnancy, they descend down. They came down into the scrotum outside the body through inguinal canal. You can see the canal, inguinal canal, arrow is shown. Through this canal, the testis goes down into the scrotum. The low temperature of scrotum helps for proper functioning of testes and for spermatogenesis. So, for the formation of sperm or for the spermatogenesis, the testes are to be present outside the body where the temperature is 2 to 2.5 degree less than the body temperature. Sperms cannot withstand high body temperature. Now, the internal structure of testes. Each testis is oval in shape. Length is 4 to 5 centimeter and width is 2 to 3 centimeter. And testes contain 250 testicular lobules. You can see the diagram. Labeling देखिए, testicular lobules are shown and each lobule contain 1 to 3 coiled, तो brown color से show किया गया है, 1 to 3 coiled seminiferestibules. And in the seminiferestibules, what is present? Seminiferestibule is lined internally. Labeling number 1 देखिए, lined internally with spermatogenic cells or you can say spermatogonia or male germ cells. There is a lining of cells called spermatogonia and also Sertoli cells or supporting cells. Labeling number 2. Sertoli cells give shape and nourishment to developing spermatogonia. When the spermatogonia are developing and forming the sperms, they get nourishment from the Sertoli cells. The region outside the seminiferestibule, which is shown here in the pink color, it is called interstitial space and it contains small blood vessels or capillaries are shown here. Then it contains Leydig cells or interstitial cells. See the labeling. and also they have got immunological competent cells. They are nothing but the lymphocytes. What is the role of Leydig cells? Leydig cells secrete testicular hormone or androgens. Come to the accessory ducts. Duct system क्या है इसमें? See the diagram and the labeling. First, in the center, there is a present a reed testes or irregular cavities. Number 1 labeling. Followed by vas efferentia. It is series of fine tubules. Then epididymis, labeling number 3, which contain sperms. Sperms are stored here temporarily for some time. And labeling number 4 is vas deferens. Vas deferens join with the duct of seminal vesicles to form common ejaculatory duct. See the diagram here. The conduction of sperms through accessory ducts. What is the passage? Seminiferestibules, then reed testes, then vas efferentia, then epididymis and vas deferens. Labeling number 5 देखिए, it is vas deferens. Vas deferens from both the sides join together and form common ejaculatory duct. The opening of seminal vesicles also is there in the duct. Common ejaculatory duct, labeling number 6 देखिए. This common ejaculatory duct is followed by urethra, labeling number 7, and then it is followed by urethral meatus, labeling number 8. So this is the passage of sperms starting from seminiferestibules to urethral meatus. Now accessory glands कौन से हैं? Number 1, a pair of seminal vesicles. See the diagram and the labeling. A prostate gland and a pair of Cowper's gland or bulbourethral glands. Their secretion is called as seminal plasma and it is rich in fructose, calcium and enzymes. Seminal plasma plus sperms together they form semen. What is the role of seminal plasma? Function of seminal plasma. First, it helps for transporting sperms. Second, it supplies nutrients to the sperms. Third, it provides alkalinity to counteract acidity of uterus. As the fluid in the uterus is acidic in nature, when the sperms enter there, the seminal plasma provides alkalinity to counteract this acidic nature of the uterus. Next, secretions of Cowper's gland lubricate the penis. Come to the penis. It is the copulatory organ and it is made up of special erectile spongy tissue. Corpus spongiosum is shown here in the diagram. When spongy tissue is filled with blood, the penis erects and it facilitates insemination, means it helps in the transfer of sperms into the female genital tract. The cone-shaped tip of the penis is called as glans penis, labeling number 4, and it is covered by prepuce or foreskin, labeling number 5. Come to the female reproductive system. What are the different parts? These are paired ovaries, accessory ducts and external genitalia. Accessory ducts कौन सी हैं? There are 2 oviducts or fallopian tubes, uterus and vagina. External genitalia contains mons pubis, vestibule, hymen and clitoris. Paired ovaries. These are primary sex organs, means they produce female gamete or ova, but again they are dual in function. One, they produce female gamete. Second, they produce hormone also, like estrogen and progesterone. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeter in length. See the diagram, the position of ovary. They are located on both sides of lower abdomen and connected to the pelvic wall and uterus by ligament. You can see it is attached with the ligament with the uterus. Each ovary is covered by thin epithelium. See the diagram, labeling number 1. Ovary is covered by a thin epithelium which encloses ovarian stroma, labeling number 2. And the stroma is outer cortex and inner medulla. Okay. This ovary contain group of cells called ovarian or Graafian follicles, labeling number 3 देखिए, developing primary follicle, secondary oocytes, then labeling number 4 देखिए, mature or Graafian follicle, and labeling number 5 देखिए, ruptured follicle from where the ovum has already been released, and this is called as ovulation. Each follicle carries a centrally placed ovum. See the accessory ducts. These are 2 oviducts or fallopian tube. Diagram देखिए, labeling number 1. There is a uterus, labeling number 2, and there is a vagina, labeling number 3. Oviducts. Diagram देखिए, each oviduct is 10 to 12 centimeter long and it has got 3 parts, 1, 2, 3. 1 is infundibulum, 2 is ampulla, 3 is isthmus. Infundibulum is funnel shape, opening with many finger-like fimbriae, and this fimbriae help in collecting the ovum from the ovary. When ovary release ovum, the ovum is captured by the fimbriae of infundibulum. After this is ampulla, which is the wider part. Then is the isthmus, which is the narrow part, and it joins the uterus. The lining of this fallopian tube is ciliated epithelium, and it drives the ovum towards the uterus, help in the movement of ovum into the uterus. Uterus. It is inverted pear shaped and it is supported by ligament attached to the pelvic wall. इसके भी 3 parts हैं. 1, 2, 3 labeling देखिए. Fundus 1, 2 is middle body and 3 is terminal cervix. And this cervix opens into vagina. Labeling number 4. Uterine wall. It has got 3 layers A, B, C. A is perimetrium. It is the external thin membrane. B is myometrium. It is the middle thick layer of smooth muscles. During the childbirth, these muscles they contract and help in the childbirth. 3 or C number पर देखिए, endometrium. It is inner glandular and vascular layer. Come to vagina. Vagina opens to exterior between urethra and anus. Diagram देखिए. Urethra is the opening of urinary bladder. Anus is the opening of digestive system 1 and 2, and between the two is present the opening of reproductive system called vagina. The lumen of vagina is lined by glycogen rich mucous membrane. So there is a mucous membrane present in the lumen of vagina consisting of sensitive papillae and Bartholin's gland. What is the role of this Bartholin's gland in this vagina? These glands they secrete and they help in the lubrication of penis during sexual act. Come to external genitalia. It consists of mons pubis, vestibule, hymen and clitoris. Mons pubis A. A cushion of fatty tissue covered by pubic hair. It is the mons pubis. Vestibule. A median channel. It includes labia majora and labia minora. See the diagram and labeling number 1 and labeling number 2. Labia majora is large, fleshy, fatty and hairy outer fold surrounding the vaginal opening, and labia minora is small, thin, hairless inner fold. So these are the two folds which are covering the vagina. Hymen. It is a membrane. See the diagram. Labeling hymen, H is there written. A membrane which partially covers the vaginal opening, and it is often torn during the first coitus. Hymen may also be broken by a sudden fall or jolt, and sometimes also when a girl participates in some sports. But in some women, hymen persists even after coitus. So, hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity. We cannot say if the hymen is present, the girl is virgin. No, it is not the reliable indicator. Clitoris, a highly sensitive organ lying just in front of urethral opening. See the diagram and the labeling. Clitoris. Come to the mammary glands. A pair of mammary glands contain glandular tissue and fat. Glandular tissue of each breast has 15 to 20 mammary lobes. They are shown in the figure. Mammary lobes are there. Labeling number 1. Here 4 or 5 are shown. 4 or 5 mammary lobes are shown, each containing clusters of cells called as mammary alveoli. Okay, and the cells of alveoli secrete milk, and it is stored in the cavities of alveoli. Okay, so alveoli secrete milk and stored in the cavity of the alveoli. Now see the sequence of milk conduction. The alveoli opens into mammary tubules. Labeling number 2. Secondary mammary tubule is there. Then the tubules of each lobe join to form mammary duct. Labeling number 3. And several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla. Labeling number 4. Which is connected to lactiferous duct. Labeling number 5. Through which milk is sucked out. So see the sequence which is written below. Mammary alveoli, then mammary tubules, then mammary duct, then mammary ampullae, and last is lactiferous duct. This is the passage of milk conduction in the mammary glands. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Do the test which is given in the description box. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you very much.